Rồi.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, now it's recording now.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I'd like to thank you in my name and in the name of my memberships, my members in my membership, your possibility to come here today to share with us what do you know about Malaca city.
All right. May I know how should I know whose turn to speak? Is it am I the one that handle do the talking?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So is everybody here? And are we waiting for somebody else?
I don't think so. I think that you can start or waiting 1 or 2 more minutes. But I believe probably 1 or 2 persons that told me yesterday that probably they can. But if you want, you can start.
Okay.
And they listen what they listen.
Okay. So I can start right away. Yeah. Okay. I'm new here. I don't know. Most of you except Derek Lee Mun Tong, which is my friend. So my name is Seong. I was born and raised and grew up in Kuala Lumpur, and now I'm based in Penang. Pulau Pinang in Bahasa Malaysia, in Malay language is Pulau Pinang, and English is Penang. It's a very beautiful island on the west coast of Peninsular Malaysia. All right. So what about the rest of you? The rest of you, is it from Portuguese?
Portugal.
Yes.
Portugal?
Portugal.
Okay. So I understand that you guys are interested to come over to Malaysia to visit, and I would like to hence I'm here to just talk a little bit about Malacca.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we will visit you.
My name is
We will
Seong.
visit you next September.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to come in September. If you can come next week, please come next week.
Okay. I think that all of us would like to go.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we can't.
Okay. So I was told that you all would like to know a little bit more about Malacca. So I will say a little bit about Malacca. So Malacca is a historic city. It all started since 13th or 14th century, and this Malacca, the Malay Empire, started by a prince that was from Indonesia, from the Riau Island. So not long after he started this Malacca Empire, then the strategic locations of Malacca along the Straits of Malacca attracts a lot of merchant ships from the east and from the west to stop by, as a trading hub, for the ships from the west, for example, like India, Arabs, the Europes, and ships from the east, like Japan, China. They'll stop by at Malacca and to do trading. So because of that, Malacca is rich in culture from the east and from the west. Okay, and because of the importance of this city, as a trade of like, for example, silks from the China, the porcelains from China, as well as the spices from India and from the Arabs. So spices in those days, is worth more than gold. You realize that, right? Spices is worth more than gold. So it attracts attentions from the superpower at that time. So in the year 1511, Malacca Empire fall into the hands of the Portuguese, and 130 years later, in the year 1641, it falls into the hands of the Dutch. And then later on, because the Dutch need to go back to their own home country to handle their civil wars, then this Malacca city was handed, like a child care, handed temporarily to the British to take care until Malaysia got its independence in the year 1957. Okay, so a little bit about the tourist attractions in Malacca. Not to just I just selected a few. So, like for example, the Stardust. The Stardust is actually the Dutch era building located in the heart of Malacca's historic city center. And talking about Malacca Historic City Center, another point to add is in the year 2008, Malacca City together with Penang City both was awarded UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008. Yeah, in 2008. So Malacca, this historic city, is really worth visiting. So back to the Stardust, this is a landmark building in the heart of Malacca City, and it was constructed roughly around 17th century and believed to be the oldest Dutch building in Asia. Yeah, and today is a museum about Malacca historic city and showcasing the rich cultural heritage of Malacca. So, and then the Stardust is a very popular tourist attraction. The whole place, the square is colored in red. Yeah, and together also there is a Christ Church next to it, also colored in red. Yeah. Next, I will want to introduce to you the St. Paul Church. St. Paul Church is up at St. Paul Hill. It's a historic church located in Malacca. It's just not far away. So it's built by the Portuguese in the 16th century. And then the church then later on used as a burial ground. So when then the Dutch came replacing the Portuguese, then the Dutch no longer joined the mass at the St. Paul Church up in the hill. They built their own church in the next to the Stardust. So today is St. Paul Church is a popular tourist attraction. During the Portuguese days, I think Portuguese built a city wall around St. Paul Hill. So it was named A Famosa. But then later on, when the British came to this St. Paul Hill, they demolished the city wall around St. Paul Hill and left only A Famosa, the city gate. I'll talk about A Famosa later. So, and this St. Paul Church up in the St. Paul Hill, outside of the church, we see a statue of St. Francis Xavier. So the statue of St. Francis Xavier without the palm of his right hand is still standing today. So when we visit there, we got many stories to tell as well about this St. Francis Xavier's statue. Okay.
Okay.
Next about okay. So then about A Famosa. So it's the remaining city gate wall of St. Paul Hill. It was built by the Portuguese in the 16th century, and this fort is one of the oldest surviving European architecture in Asia that remains in Asia. Yeah. So up there, we can also see a very good view of Malacca city. Then not far away from St. Paul, from the Stardust, then we can visit the Jonker Street. Jonker Street is especially happening at night. Yeah, at night. And it's a popular destination for the tourists, both foreigners and domestic tourists, to enjoy the walk at the Jonker Street. Jonker Walk night market. Then they can what they can find on this night market. You can find delicacies, food, drinks, handicrafts, live music, entertainment, and so on. And then not far, just next street of Jonker Street, we have the Heritage Museum. It's a Baba Nyonya Heritage Museum. So what's so special about this Baba Nyonya? Baba Nyonya is a special community. Okay. Like I told you, this Malacca city, right, attracted a lot of tourists. Sorry, not tourists. A lot of merchants from the east, like China. So unlike nowadays, nowadays people who come to do business, they probably take a 6 to 12 hours flight, and they reach here. They have meetings. They do their business. After finish, then they go home. But those days, the merchants, they bought the ship, they will sail for weeks, then only they arrive. it's impossible for them to just stay for a week, a few days or a week, then they go back. No, impossible. So those merchants who came here to do business, they will stay for months. They may stay for years. So when they are alone, when they might have their family back home in China, but when they are here in Malacca,
Já está, não?
okay.
Nuno, olha o som.
Ai, peço desculpa. Consegues-me desligar tu, que eu estou aqui no meu telemóvel e não consigo.
Eu não, porque eu não
Consegue.
sou anfitrião dessa reunião.
Não deixa-me. Espera aí, já tenho aqui. Já está.
Ok. Obrigada.
Okay, yeah, let me continue. So these merchants from China, the male, predominantly males, when they come here, they will feel lonely. So though they have wives and family at home in China, but they feel lonely here, they will marry the locals. So if they marry the Chinese, okay, no problem. So their descendants are Chinese. But when they marry the locals, the Malay people of these islands in this place in Malacca, so their descendants are the mix of children of mixed marriage between the Chinese father and the Malay mothers. So it's not just one or two people who do that, but there are many of them who do so. So they form a very special community. We call them the Peranakan. The Peranakan is, so the men, we call them Baba, and the ladies, we call them Nyonya. So their culture is very unique because their father is a Chinese and the mother is of Malay, local Malay. So at their homes, the language that they speak, the food that they eat, even the attire that they wear is of a mixture of a Chinese and Malay. So sometimes in a Baba Peranakan home, in one sentence, they speak, it can mix a mixture of English, Malay, Mandarin, and Hokkien. 4 languages in a sentence. So no one can understand except Malaysians, Malaysians like me. So if I heard, if I stay with them, they talk, they converse, then I can understand what they say. And other people will clueless. You see, in one sentence you have English, you have Malay language, you have Hokkien, you have Mandarin. So very confusing. Yeah. And because the fathers are merchants, so they are rich. So usually the Peranakan families, they will marry other Peranakan families. You see, when they are rich people, they will want to grow their empire, their business empire. They will marry their children to other Peranakan families, which are also businessmen, which are also rich people. So when you visit cities like Malacca and Penang, you can visit to Baba and Nyonya Gallery. So the next attractions that I want to introduce to you is this Baba and Nyonya Heritage Museum. So it's not far away from Jonker Street, and it's a Peranakan house in Malacca. And this museum offers visitors a glimpse into the lives of the Peranakan people who were descendants of the Chinese immigrants, who settled down in Southeast Asia. And this museum also displays collections of artifacts, including furnitures, costumes, photographs, and showcasing the unique culture and traditions of this Peranakan community. And visitors to the museum can learn about the history and also the tradition, as well as the architectures and the designs of these Peranakan homes. Okay, and then the next attractions will be a little bit further away from the city center, which is the Malacca Strait Mosque. Yeah, the Malacca Strait Mosque is very stunning mosque. It's located at the shore of the Straits of Malacca, and it was built on the stilts as if, when the sea tide is when the sea tide is increasing, high, so it will appear as if the mosque is floating on water. And this mosque is a popular tourist attraction and a very beautiful example of an Islamic architecture. And you are welcome to visit this mosque, and of course they will provide robes. So for ladies, when you want to enter the mosque, you will be provided robe to wear, and the men should not wear shorts, wear long pants, then we'll do. Then another thing to introduce to you, and because of the Portuguese influence during the 16th century, we have also the descendants of the Portuguese people in Malacca. So if we have time, then probably you can pay a visit to this Portuguese village, and this you can get also to taste Portuguese food. But this Portuguese food may not be the same as what you have in Portugal, but it's very much localized. Yeah, very much localized. Suits the style and food, the taste, taste buds of the Malaysians. Yeah, so come and experience. Yeah, come and experience and enjoy the fun, enjoy the culture. And when you come to Malaysia, you get to experience the whole of Asia in one country. The whole of Asia in one country. Imagine that. Yeah. Okay. So that's all from me. And any question you'd like to ask me? Yes.
Good morning and congratulations for your resume. I have a question, which is, do you have still a sultanate? I mean, who is ruling the country? Before you have a
now?
sultanate. Yes, now.
Now we run a parliamentary system because we were once British colonial and we are now the Commonwealth country of Britain. So our parliamentary system is very similar to what the political parliamentary system in Britain, in UK, United Kingdom, where we have in Malaysia, we have 13 states, 13 states. Out of these 13 states, we have 9 states with royal families. So these royal families, these 9 royal families in these 9 states, they will take turn to become the king of Malaysia. For each term is 5 years, but then they don't have administrative power. This king, they don't have the administrative power over Malaysia. Who runs the country? We have political parties. Every 5 years, we have a general elections, and the winning party will form the government. The winning party will form the government, and they are the one who run the management and administrative of the country. But the king is only a symbolic leadership, and he has the say over religious matters. For Malaysia, our official religion is Islam. Official religion is Islam. So the king has the say over religious matters, and he is the general of our army, the military. Yeah.
Yes.
Apart from these two, then the one who running the country, running the show is the winning party that won in the general election.
How many parties do you have?
Many, I think more than 10. But then these parties,
10.
they will
Okay.
form coalitions. Yeah, they will form coalitions. So together with the most seats won, more than 122 seats, 112 seats, then they can form the coalition government.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yes, Isabel.
Okay. How did Malaca becomes the center for the development of Islamic religion?
So sorry, again, can you repeat your questions?
How did Malaca becomes the center for the development of the Islamic religion?
Oh, yes. So, like I told you earlier, that Malacca became a center, like a hub of trading during the 15th, 14th, and 15th century. So it attracts as well the merchants from Arab. So merchants from Arab brought in the Islamic religions, and they preached their Islamic religions here. So the same things happen as well to the missionaries, that's the Catholic missionaries. So the Catholic missionaries that follows, especially the French, yeah, they follows the trade, the trade ships, you know, the traders to Malacca, and then they also started churches, started healthcare as well as education schools to give free education and free healthcare, and that's also the way that they share the gospel. Yeah. So as for Islamic, so it comes together with the merchants from the Middle East.
Okay.
Yeah, during the Malacca's empire time. Did I answer your question, Isabel?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay. Anything else you want to know about Malacca?
How is the
about
food?
Malaysia?
By the way, how is the
Sorry?
food? The food is vegetarian or do you eat meat? The
Okay.
food.
We have all types of food. We have Western food, we have Chinese food, we have the local foods, which are of a Malay, Indian, Chinese. Also, if you want to try Japanese food, if you want to try Thai food, plenty is available. For example, the Portuguese village. If you miss home, you want to try Portuguese food, then you can have it in the Portuguese village. Yeah, but I've never been to Portugal, so I don't know how is the Portuguese food's authenticity compared to the food in Portugal. Yeah, so please come and try, and you let me know.
But do you know any Portuguese food? What do you usually eat if you go to a Portuguese restaurant in Malaca?
Oh,
You
I've
used
been to
to
the
go?
Yeah, I've been to the Portuguese village once. I tried there. I tried their, I don't know whether this is authentic in Portugal as well, but over there in this Portuguese village, I tried their grilled fish, the grilled fish.
Okay.
So it's mostly seafood. Do you have grilled fish in Portugal as well?
A lot.
A lot,
Because
yeah.
Portugal is near the sea.
Yeah,
We
because what happens here is I believe the Portuguese in Malacca, they are very much localized. So when they mix around with the local Malaysians, the food also over the years, so since the 16th century until now, it's been 6 centuries. So I believe in terms of food, there has been very much transitions and changes. So I don't know whether the one that I tried here is the authentic one, same as the one that you tried back in your home, you know, in your home country. So maybe so for so many years they are here. So I believe the taste, the style, probably there are a little bit of changes and difference, you know, compared to yours.
we have a lot of fish and we also like a lot sweets. So we have a famous sweets all around the world. It calls pastel de nata. I don't know if you ever heard about it. Pastel de nata is very famous. Okay.
But is it spicy over there? Your food, is it spicy? No? Yeah, over here it can be very spicy. So if any of you your diet choice is vegetarian, then we have also restaurants which are vegetarians. Yeah, and if you like, I'm sure you've been to Chinatown. So if you like the Chinese food, like for example, early in the morning, you would like to have dim sum, you know, those dumpling, pao, and so on. Yeah, you can have that here in Malacca. Even not just in the morning, but late night, you know, 11 or 12, late night also you can have dim sum.
And is it easy to speak Chinese over Malaysia, all around? There's a lot of Chinese.
Yes, we have.
Do you know?
Sorry, do you mean, do you need to speak Chinese? Is it?
Yes. Do you speak
No,
Chinese?
you don't need to. You can speak English, and we can.
No,
the
not
Malaysians
neither.
here.
I'm asking if do you know? Do you speak Chinese?
Oh, me. Yes, I can speak Chinese. I can speak English. I can speak Malay language. I can speak Mandarin. I can speak Hokkien. I can speak Cantonese.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, just to give you a few examples, let's say, for example, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Malay, but in Malay language is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in Mandarin is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In Hokkien is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In Cantonese is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay,
And in
let's say, for example,
Portuguese,
And in Portuguese,
Portuguese, I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Quiser.
Boa.
Almost.
Boa.
Very nice.
Okay, and then another term. I love you. Yeah, I love you. I love you. In bahasa in Malay language is saya cintamu. Okay, saya cintamu. In Mandarin is 我爱你. In Cantonese is 我爱你. In Hokkien is 我爱你. Which is easier or very difficult? I can in Malaysia, most Chinese can speak 4 to 5 language because in our primary school we were sent to learn sent for the elementary education in Mandarin language. Then those who are born of Fujian lineage, the Fujian families at home, probably they converse in Hokkien. And those who are born in the Cantonese lineage, at home, they converse in Cantonese. So for me, for example, I was sent to Chinese primary school. So in the school, I learned Mandarin. At home, my families are from Fujian, the Fujian province. So at home, we speak Hokkien, Fujian. So that's my mother tongue. And I grew up in Kuala Lumpur. I was born and grew up in Kuala Lumpur. In Kuala Lumpur, there are many Cantonese. So out in the market, to converse with other Chinese, you have to speak. And we grew up also watch a lot of Hong Kong drama, Hong Kong movies, you know. So we also learn Cantonese. So that's how, yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
English is a mandatory subject in school. So starts from primary level, grade year 3. So everyone learns English from the elementary school starts to secondary school. Means junior high or high school. So if you come here to Malaysia, no problem for you to converse in English, but no Portuguese.
Okay, very nice. Wow, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Okay, mas
So
alguém
any
quer-
other questions you?
No.
are you planning to visit Portugal?
I would love to. If I hope I can lead a tour group to Portugal. Then I can visit Portugal. Yeah.
Isabel's group is yearning to welcome you
Thank
to
you.
visit Portugal.
That's it.
Oh yeah,
Which is
something about the
best, which is the
Yes.
best month to visit Malaca, Malaysia?
Okay, something about the weather. So over here in Malaysia, we don't have 4 seasons. We are summer all from January to December. We don't have winter. We don't have autumn. All right. So it's summer all year long. So, but then what we have raining seasons. So the raining seasons is somewhere around November. So try not to come in November. So because when it's raining, it's hard for you to go to tourist attractions, right? So I think other months is okay. Other months is okay. Let me check what other months is raining. As far as I know, it's a November that is raining seasons. Other than that, I think should be okay. Mm.
Can I ask just one last question? Do you think that Sarawak is good to visit?
Yes, of course. Let me tell you, every state in Malaysia is worth visits. Every state in Malaysia has their unique point. You know?
But it's safe because there's a lot of wild animals and the snakes and so on. It's safe?
Yes, it's safe. You need to engage. If you are going into the natures, into the national parks, then you need to engage a nature guide to guide you. Yeah. And if you, let's say, to visit Sabah and Sarawak, we have many aboriginals. The aboriginals in Sabah and Sarawak. So when you visit Sabah and Sarawak, it's best to visit the cultural village. You know, into the cultural village, into their homes, the village. Then you get to experience and to understand their history, their culture. You know, and usually some of them they are agricultural based, but some of them they are nomadic. So they means they move from place to place. They don't have a fixed place to stay. So you get to experience them. So if you are going to explore into the nature, into the forest, then it's best that you engage a nature guide to be with you, to guide you, so that they can tell you what's to do and what's not to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So every state in Malaysia is worth visits. And if you spend, let's say, 1 week in each state, you will need to spend 3 months.
I believe on that. It's very difficult to select.
Come over and explore that. And for me personally, if I visit other countries, I will very much apart from visiting the tourist attraction, I will also go into their market to see what are they selling, to see the livelihood of let's say the fishermen or the vegetable sellers and or the restaurants operators, so on. So I would love to see their everyday's life, the livelihood every day. So this is how if I travel solo, you know, into these countries, into the places where I don't know.
Okay. I'm seeing that the timing is almost finished. The meeting time is almost.
I don't have now is 6:33 p.m. in Malaysia, so I don't have other assignments. After this, I'm free. So if you want to extend, I'm free to do so. We can. If you want to ask me questions, no problem. You know, I can answer. Yeah. And what else? So Malaysia is very unique, where the population, we have 33 million people in Malaysia, and roughly 60% are Malay people. They are 99% of them mostly are Muslims, and then Chinese constitutes about 22 to 25%, and Indian constitutes about roughly 7%. So then the rest are minorities. The minorities are like the Peranakan and also the aboriginals. So 60% are mostly Muslims, and then Christians maybe around 10%, and then we have also the Buddhists, the Taoists, and also atheists. Yeah, the other religions.
Okay. Fantastic presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Michelle. If you can share this presentation with me, I will be very grateful.
Yep.
Thank you. We would love to meet. Would love to meet. Are you all involved in the tourism industry?
No.
Oh,
No.
oh, okay, okay. Mm.
No. No, we are just curious about this too.
Mm. Okay,
We
so
try to learn
come over.
Mandarin.
Mm.
We try to
Oh,
learn
okay.
Mandarin.
Okay. There's a lot of resources on YouTube, so you can search them in YouTube, then you can learn easily the basic one. Yeah. Mm.
They are all
Like for example, how are you?
Mm.
Yes.
They are
Isabel?
all students, Mandarin students. They are all Mandarin
Oh,
students.
Mandarin
我会
students.
说汉语，
Okay,
我
okay,
会说，
okay.
我会说，
很好，很好。
我会说汉
Very
语。
good, 很好。Yeah.
很好。
So if you can communicate in Mandarin when you come to Malacca, so when you met these Chinese merchants or Chinese sellers or storekeepers, then you can basically when you communicate with using Mandarin with them, no problem.
No problem. 他们
Yeah,
都高
usually
兴
no，problem.
他们都高
对，
兴。
都高兴，都很高兴能够看到，
都很高兴
哎，外国人可以说中文，华语。
OK，
再见，
再见，谢谢你。
好，不客气，大家好，希望在马来西亚见到你们。
thank you。
再见，再见。
Goodbye，
To
再
see
见。
all you again. Okay, bye.
Bye bye, Michelle. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Now,
See you.
thank you.
See you.
Thank you
See
very
you
much.
again.
everyone. Yeah.
We hope see you again.
Yeah, see you again.